Hey, what's going on? Welcome to AngularAir. I am your host, Justin Schwarzenberger, and on today's episode, we have the ngVikings crew here with us. We're going to be talking about the ngVikings conference and some news and information about the upcoming one next year. So it should be pretty cool. We have a packed show. I think we're pushing Hangouts to the limit today, which is cool. Like Mike said, we might have the entire internet here on this episode. So we'll see how it goes. Should be awesome, as always. Let's kick it off by saying hi to our panelists. We've got Alyssa with us. Alyssa, what's going on?
Hey, everybody. Glad to be here.
And we've got Austin with us. Austin, how's it going?
What's up? I wish I had my Viking hat. I think someone stole it from me, though, so I never had a Viking hat. Just
Wow, I totally believed you up until then.
I know. I feel so gullible now. Thanks, Austin.
Hey, Bonnie, what's going on?
I want a Viking hat too. I don't have one. I didn't realize that I wanted one until I arrived and saw Sherry. And I know they have Viking hats, but it's just, yeah, I'm so excited. We're gonna have so much fun today.
All right, so on the agenda is getting Viking hats for everybody. So we'll have to figure that out. Mike, what's going on, Mike?
Not too much. Looking forward to chatting about another conference and one of the best reviewed conferences too. So very excited for today.
Awesome. All right, let's say hi to our guests that we have with us. We got joining us today, we got Christopher. Christopher, what's going on?
Hey, very glad to be on the show. All is good. I'm very excited about ngVikings. So hopefully there's going to be a program packed with news.
Awesome, awesome. And Sherry, how's it going?
Hi, everybody. I'm wearing my Viking hat because
You're so cool.
I live in Denmark and everybody wearing this here, so I just look like a local. So glad to be here and thanks for inviting us.
Your hat is the envy of the whole show.
It is.
I have a nice shadow as well. So.
Very cool. Very cool. Maxim, how's it going?
Hello. I'm on travel as always, so I don't have my helmet and sword with me. It's not allowed in airports. But I illustrate another side of the story about open source.
I actually have a funny story about what's allowed or not, because I managed to pass a Viking axe through flight security last time. So you can travel with weapons.
Good to know.
Like a legit axe or what? Or a prop?
It was plastic, but it was massive, and there was a lot of attention and rule book reading, and yeah, I managed. But I almost lost it at the underground in London, actually, by a bunch of drunk people. So yeah, funny story.
Nice.
You and I have very
I bet they
definite.
love it.
We have different definitions of the word fun.
I would imagine if drunk people on the underground came across a Viking dressed up like a Viking, they would be delighted to meet him.
They were very much so. They were dancing around with the helmets.
Nice. All right, we have Alex with us. Alex, how's it going?
Hey, I'm super excited to be here. I'm a big fan, by the way, and super excited about our announcements. So, yeah.
Awesome. We're glad to have you here. And speaking of those announcements, why don't we kick things off? Sherry, you want to tell us some more about ngVikings and what's going on for the upcoming year?
Yeah, maybe I can start by actually talking about what ngVikings is and who we are. Maybe I can share my screen if you make me presenter.
All I know is last year I wasn't really paying attention because there's so many conferences popping up and it's so far away. But then it happened and it was all the most fun people. And I saw so much on Twitter and I was so sad that I wasn't there because all of the most fun people I know were there. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
And it was chilly. I didn't believe it could get colder than snow cold, but it was.
Speaking of fun people.
I'm not sure chilly is the right word for -20, but sure. Let's go with you.
-28 to be precise. I remember.
Yeah, actually, it's one of our traditions. We pick the coldest days in this or that country for ngVikings, so get prepared.
I mean, because like you look at the pictures,
Are you being
you're like, oh, look,
serious?
you look out and you're like, oh, look, there's snow. But like, it was so cold that if you forgot your gloves, you were like crying before you got to the next venue. Like it was like, oh, what did I do?
You have to prove you're hardcore by showing up for ngVikings.
Absolutely. Well, just remember your gloves is the moral of the story.
Can you see my screen?
Yep. Looks good.
Okay, perfect. So, I mean, we are ngVikings, and we are actually a couple of people around, each of us living in different part of the world, mostly in Nordic countries. And so far, we did actually 2 times ngVikings. The first one was in Copenhagen here, and then we moved to Helsinki. And this is actually our crew in Helsinki. Yeah, so finally,
Sherry, so for those of us who are geographically challenged, what makes it a Nordic country?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah, the thing is that as far as I remember correctly, so we are referring to Denmark, Norway, and Sweden as Scandinavia. And then there are 2 more additions to it, which is Finland and Iceland. Then that's called Nordic countries. Am I correct, Nordic people?
Yes.
So what makes? So you can tell the Nordic people because they have those hats on.
Yeah, just exactly like me. Yeah.
And all of these countries, they have a cross on their flag, so it's really easy to remember.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why you have to carry them in the underground, so they know who you are.
Yeah, exactly. So, what is about us that we are actually the main Angular conference in the Nordics, or to be precise, the only one. So that's why we are. And then we are 100% community driven, which means that we were a bunch of meetup organizers across these countries. We gathered together and then we made the ngVikings happen. So we are Angular Oslo, NG Copenhagen, Finland, Stockholm, and Aarhus, which is here in Denmark again, and Gothenburg in Sweden. And then we also have the GDG Copenhagen, which is a Google Developer Group. Copenhagen is also part of this. But the good thing is that today, this year, we expanded. So we have a new group who joined us, which is Galstech, and it happens to be outside of Nordic countries. And to be precise, it's part of Spain, in Galicia. So because this year we also had Anna Sidre as one of the organizers as well. So we expanded. So
that's really cool. How did you guys like find that group to group up with them? How did that work out?
Yeah, the thing is that with Anna and I, we were collaborating a lot in different projects. And then we found out that we can work really well together. And she has a lot of passion for the community, so which is the best fit for ngVikings. So that's why that this year we invited her to be part of our organizers, because before that she was helping us anyway, and then we wanted to make it more official, and then she joined us this year.
Very cool.
Yeah, I finally got to meet her last week in London, and I was excited because she was on my bucket list. I've known her for a while. You know, you see these people on Twitter, and you're like, oh, I really like Christopher was one of them. Like I was like, I really thought he was cool, and I wanted to hang out with him in person. And then we were like ships passing in the night because we never got a chance to hang out. But like you could just tell sometimes when you see people on Twitter that they're just really fun people, and she was one of them.
Yes.
Maybe I can jump in here and add a couple of words about organizers. So we are really open to onboard more people from other countries, other parts of the world. There is no such like strict circles, like we are organizers and you are not organizer. So right before the call, we even tried to understand how many organizers did we have this year and last year, and it's so blurry, so fuzzy, because we have like core team, we have organizers team around core team, we have volunteers, and there is no strict definition. Are you core team or not core team? If you are soulmate, if you have some wish and bandwidth to contribute to organizing, we are very welcome. So basically, everyone who is watching us, if you wish to take part in organizing team, take this or that specific task, or just help us with generally, just contact us. We are very open.
That's really cool, because we always have these opportunities, right, to maybe start our own community or do a user group or something like that. But it isn't too often, I think, that we find an opportunity to be a part of contributing to a conference, especially a conference such as high profile as ngVikings. So I think that's an excellent opportunity for anybody that wants to expand what they do in the community and help out in an event maybe bigger than a user group sort of thing.
And Maxim, this attitude that you have is one of my favorite things about you.
Thanks. Sherry, please.
And all of you, really.
Thank you. Yeah, so this is who we are. This is organizers. And actually, we counted it last year that we had volunteers and crew together. We were 29. So we had, to be precise, we had 14 organizers and then 15 volunteers.
So how do you, like, do you guys have, like, too many cooks spoil the soup? Like, how do you come to agreements or decisions if you have so many different ideas? Do you like vote? Do you have how do you figure stuff out?
Well, the thing is that, I mean, this is my opinion, that this is the beauty of ngVikings, in my opinion, that we are all coming from different cultures, different countries, different attitudes. And then when we work together, we challenge each other. And that makes, I mean, there are a lot of things that we all agree, but we also have a lot of disagreement as well. But this disagreement end up to actually make the ngVikings to be even more mature, in my opinion. But you guys can also jump in.
Totally agree. Yes. Like in every team, we have something that we all agree on, and sometimes we have quite hot discussions about that topic, really. And yeah, but finally, we are doing everything for fun, right? So we are not here to fight and to argue with each other on like serious level, right? We always find solution. Chris?
Yeah, to add to that, Max, I would say we have a nice mixture of fun people that has this crazy idea generation that probably doesn't really live in reality, versus the other people who are more orderly and say like, okay, let's try to do this and actually make it work and try to fund it, right? So these are the kind of people we are, right? So we have a bit of crazy and a bit of orderly, but mostly we are very respectful towards one another, right? And kind of try to realize that we are different, and for that reason we need to listen and we need to talk things through. And most of the time we're very agile, I would say. We're just able to make it work, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is how we normally make decisions. There's a lot of discussion and then come in the middle to find out the best solution. And then we're 100% nonprofit, and then the reason for that, in my opinion, that's again my opinion, that we wanted to we wanted to give back to the community. And then make a conference which is more affordable affordable for most people. And then we found out that, okay, if we all kind of that come as volunteer, then we can actually make this happen. And then whenever that we have any money left at the end, we normally either invest for the next year, or we donate it. So yeah, if for example I had a discussion with one of the sponsors that we have it every year, and then they said that they really love to sponsor our conference because they know that every penny that they pay to us is going directly to the conference, to the community, to make this conference happen. So this is also one of the things that I feel like that is really important about ngVikings, that we're 100% nonprofit, and then we also register each country that we go, we are registering a nonprofit organization for that. So
that's got to be a lot of work. So we really appreciate all that goes into that decision and to make that happen, right? That's big time.
Yes, it's a lot of work, but it's fun. Actually, I guess all of us will really love it. Yes, and we are the only traveling Angular conference in the world, because we really don't. Since it's a lot of work, we want to make it even more. By each country, each year that we go to the new country, we normally have to start from scratch. It's fun because we get to go to know the local communities better. For example, last year in Helsinki, we partner with the local communities there as well. So we expand our network. So we got more Vikings on board, and even. If I'm right, correct me, guys, if I'm wrong, that we had even Drupal community that they helped us a lot last year in Helsinki.
Yes, Yanni, one of core organizers for this year, he's actually from Drupal, like world universe, and this community in. Yanni from this community helped us a lot. And by the way, this is really good picture to illustrate this flags. So you see all these shields, they contain parts of flags of Nordic countries.
Yeah, the one
Who does this artwork for you guys? I love all of your artwork.
Well, it's actually one of our friends, Violet. She's also, she lives in California, in Southern California, that she creates.
She watch. Everybody say hi, Violet.
Hi, Violet.
So the Drupal, I think that's cool because I actually was really interested in Drupal before I discovered Angular. And I don't even think Angular was out yet, because there were a couple of other content management systems that were kind of similar. Drupal had a bit more of a learning curve, but it was also more powerful, which I loved. And it's kind of the same with Angular. So it's interesting that there is a crossover. Does Drupal go with, like, I've never used Angular together with Drupal, but I guess you obviously you can. Do they use it together?
To be honest, we didn't have a chance to discuss collaboration of Angular and Drupal because we were fully focused on organizing tasks. But
you can be a Drupal developer and an Angular developer,
sure.
Just like you can be an Angular developer and a React developer, right,
Absolutely.
Austin?
Absolutely.
Because yeah, so we could have more than one thing.
Sure.
But that's cool.
Yeah. So we are trying to conquer the world just like Vikings, going around with our ship.
Yeah.
So
conquer the world not with arms, but with smiles.
Do you actually have a ship that you have at the conference that everyone like stands in?
We are trying so hard to make it happen, but it's not so easy.
You won't even need airlines anymore. You'll just take the ngVikings ship around the world, and every country you go to, you pick up a new organizer.
We are not on that level of finding sponsors yet, but for this year we had an idea to create something from cardboard, all these figures. It didn't happen for this year, but it would be a cool idea for ngVikings 2019.
But I also remember a discussion, Maxim, that we had, I guess, with I guess Chris, you were part of that as well. That apparently there are ferries between Helsinki and Tallinn, if I remember right. And many people talked about it that instead of getting a venue, maybe we can get one of those ferries.
Yeah, it's kind of ng Nordic cruise.
Yeah.
There
it
is
was not
actually a
something-
boat line in Sweden called the Viking Line, so that would be an interesting one. We kind of have the name there already.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. Yeah.
So speaking of Maxim's, that was like a little tease that you dropped there. Speaking of 2019, what can you tell us? What do you have, or what are you still working on? You have like news?
Yeah, maybe it's a good time point to finally announce the date and the time and the place.
And the place.
Okay, so the place, right? What do you think, Sherry, Chris, Alex? Is it a good time? And then we continue with slides, or we keep suspense until the very end of the show?
Maybe we can actually ask people their panelists to guess where we are going.
That would be fun.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember the Twitter, because I remember this Twitter poll that you had, Maxim, because I voted on it.
Do we get the multiple choice options, or like are we just?
So,
Okay.
so all I know is America, not America. So I'm going to guess not America.
I'm gonna say Spain. I'm going with Spain.
No, it's Nordic, you guys. Nordic.
No, but they're partnering with Spain now.
Narrow down.
Yes.
One of the countries listed on this ship.
Oh, that doesn't. Just because we travel all over the world doesn't mean we know any geography.
Oh,
We just explained the flags and Nordic countries.
hang on. Let me go Google the
Yes.
flags real
You
quick.
have to, okay, we got to rewind. Okay, so we have
Okay,
Finland.
The
I've-
first one is Denmark, the red, white. The next one next to it with a yellow,
Sweden.
blue is Sweden. The white, blue is Finland, and then this blue, red is the Iceland, and then the last one is Norway.
I'm gonna vote. Well, okay, so it was already in Finland.
Yes.
I'm
Finland,
going to go with Sweden.
Finland checked. Denmark checked.
I'm going with Norway, you guys.
I'm going Sweden.
I'm going with one of the ones that has the cross in it.
Smart choice.
Finland,
They
right?
ending in Y.
Not America.
You're such a nut, Austin.
Okay, ngVikings. Let's say it together, like ngVikings goes to and the country, right? So let's make it on 3, 4. Ready?
Yes.
ngVikings to Denmark. Yes, we go back to Denmark.
Okay, so for those of us who are limited on traveling, what made you pick Denmark? What do you like about Denmark? Is it and tell, because I never thought about this, but when I start traveling, like tell us about the oh, and by the way, when?
When? Sherry, could you elaborate on that?
Yes, it's going to be on 27th and 28th of May. So
Okay, so the weather will be nice.
Yeah, we decided to bring the weather from Spain, hopefully.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
Your story. So most likely there will be no snow in Denmark by that time, but who knows?
Hopefully, but no guarantee.
No guarantee.
And what do you have? Denmark is mountains. You have mountains. You have what do
We
you have
have
there?
absolutely no mountains here.
No mountain. Good. I don't have any mountains in Texas either, so it's okay. And is it a big city or is it like a rural area?
It's going to be in
Where-
Copenhagen. So
Yeah, it's capital.
Oh, that's where you're
That's
from,
okay.
Sherry.
yeah.
So did you influence this?
I don't know. Maybe a little bit. But Maxim, maybe you can tell the story that why we came back to Denmark.
Yeah, I'll be very quick. So yeah, our initial idea was to go to one of countries we never been to as a conference, right? And the number one choice was Sweden, but we really started to prepare everything too late. So we couldn't just find a critical mass of everything, of all the factors for this to happen in Sweden. And the natural solution for us was to go back to our safe harbor, which is Denmark, and Copenhagen, where we've been. And despite we go to the different venue, we know how that works for Denmark, and we still have many things to say to the Danish Angular community, and of course we invite everyone. So the travel to Denmark, to Copenhagen, is quite easy from any part of the world, especially from Europe and from US. It's also some hours by plane. So yes, we go to Denmark, Copenhagen, end of May.
Yeah, Copenhagen Airport is actually one of the hubs, so it's pretty easy to travel here, and then we have already a lot of connections here because we've been here before. So that was a natural choice to have a fallback here, because when we are doing actually making a conference like this and based on the volunteer, as it's very important to create a strong team in the country that you're traveling to. And as Maxim said, that we were a little bit too late. And as lesson that we learned is that we are trying to investigate and trying to find the contacts in the other countries already from now. So we form a group already from now. So then the next year, hopefully, we are going to another country.
Yes. So people from Sweden, please contact us now.
Yes.
So even if we go back to Denmark, it doesn't mean that we're going to do the same kind of conference again, right? So we're going to change things up. We're going to be a new location, going to be new things happening. So we're going to make sure to, keep it fresh.
Yeah.
So that's the goal of this year as well.
Like the only things we keep and it's a requirement is very special spirit of the conference, which is open, friendly, and we, as always, we guarantee the best ever Angular content. But maybe content is still secondary, right? So we want to engage, we want to ignite the local developer community. So we really want to keep things rolling, and maybe it way wider than just Angular community, right? So we want to onboard just developers, just web front-end developers. Of course, our core topic still Angular. We are NG after all, right? But we are really open, and we want to see all people.
I think it's funny because the whole Viking culture, it looks so violent because you guys are always posing with these weapons and everything, but then you guys are so much fun. The next thing you know, everybody from all over the world is posing with the weapons and everybody wants to wear the hat, and it's this fun contrast.
This is a very, very good notice. And actually, yes, on the one hand, we have this Vikings branding, brutal arms, swords, axes, shields. But this is just outlook, right? It's just for fun. And if Justin, you made me a presenter for just 5 seconds, I will show you which kind of Vikings are we in reality. And I think this is it. Do you see the screen, or I have to click something?
No, I
okay.
click something.
Okay, you are presenting to everyone. It says, okay, share.
There we go.
Sorry. Yes. So this is what I think we are. Yes.
I love this. I remember this. Isn't this one of your babies? Isn't this an actual Viking baby?
No, it's just from people. But this traditional picture we start our conference with during like introductory word, and we illustrate our code of conduct by this picture. And maybe Sherry, you could add some words about code of conduct and our vision of diversity and inclusion here. And Justin, please make Sherry presenter again.
I'm not sure.
I know somebody we can borrow a baby from, you guys. We just get Shmuela over here. She's got the cutest baby.
Yeah, actually, we don't have any slides for that.
We don't need slides for that.
Yes, so I can only put my favorite slides here. So I can say that about ngVikings is all about community and making everyone to feel welcome and included in our event. And we try our best to make sure that people are feeling okay. And up to now, actually, in last 2 years, we also couldn't hear any complaint about it, which we are so proud of it. And in order to actually to make more people included, we have of course a scholarship program that is open to everyone, that they can actually apply and get here. And then we decided to go one step farther and collaborate with actually, we didn't want to invent the wheel from scratch, and we found that there are a lot of local communities here in Copenhagen that they're already doing a lot for the diversity and inclusion, and we want to make them involve and then give more chance for the people to come to our conference. And one of them that we are going to ask them to make them to come here is Hack for Future. Is a local community here. It started in Netherlands, if I remember right. And then GDG Copenhagen do a lot of collaboration with them. What they do is that they have a 11 months course and help refugees that they are here in Denmark to learn programming, and then make an internship, help them to have an internship to go to the different companies, and then have a 6 months internship there. And then the good thing about them, they already have a lot of success stories. I meet more and more people that they graduated from this program, and they are working now today in Copenhagen as front-end developer. So we want to collaborate with these people, to these groups, and to actually to have a specific scholarship program for them to come here. So this is a new addition to ngVikings this year. And apart from that, of course, we are going to have ngGirls as well, as usual. We are so proud that ngVikings was the first conference ever that had ngGirls as a part of it. And after ngVikings, so the ngGirls become de facto part of almost all the Angular conferences, which I'm so happy for ngGirls and Shmuela and the whole team. And what else we do? I
didn't realize, like, I feel like I know that, but I didn't realize, I didn't put 2 and 2 together that was the first ngGirls. And that is truly, like, it's all over the world now.
And it's not that old, right? Like, when was the first one? How long ago was that?
Not that long, like 2
years ago.
2?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can totally borrow her baby, you guys.
Yes. Definitely.
She does. I just got to meet the ng baby last week in London, and that is the cutest baby. Like,
oh my goodness, she was in London too, because she made it to the GDE summit in California.
That baby has been more over the world than me.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked Shmuel how many countries did baby visit, and she answered something like 11-ish.
And the baby is super chill. It's like the most zen, happy baby.
Yeah, all before it can walk. It's been to 11 countries.
And she should be actually, the ng baby should be in Poland right now.
We should track and we should have like a little like track the NG baby like Santa Claus.
Yeah, and Maxim, NG baby is going to be your competitor.
Yes,
I'm sure there's no
yes.
security problems with that one, Bonnie.
I know, but you know, I'm harmless.
You know you can get those like little like trackers for your dog. Maybe we could get one of those for the baby.
like a live, yeah. Well,
Justin's just shaking his head.
Well, it's gonna have restraining orders against all of us by the end of this episode.
Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
I have some more points to add to our inclusivity vision. So yes, we have special, very affordable tickets for students, and they're already on sale. And by the way, maybe it's a good time to say that the website is live now. This is just more landing page with a date and place. But still, go to ngvikings.org and everything is there. And today we started, click the button, make event live on our ticketing system, and you can buy tickets. And a bit more on that. We, as Sherry already mentioned, since we don't have plans to make any profit of the conference, we can keep the level of price quite low. This is also one of our mantras. We want to keep conference as affordable as possible. Plus, we collaborate with dozens of meetups, user groups, other conferences by giving them discount. So discount from already low price. And I always say that if someone is attending the conference without kind of community discount, without discount from this or that user group, this is our fault as organizers. So we did not reach out to this or that community. So dear organizers of communities around Angular, around web, around frontend, contact us immediately to get some decent discount for your members. So let's collaborate. We are happy to give this discount, and especially for all attendees of today's show, for all listeners and the watchers, we have a very special code with again discount. So we sell tickets, started to sell tickets, so-called early bird price, and we are happy to give a discount even from that price. But number of tickets is limited, so get yours as soon as possible.
Do you sell out?
Yeah, we just started.
Yes.
So hurry up.
Hurry
You guys
up.
are so inclusive, it hurts. I want to be more like you. It's
Well,
really amazing how hard you guys work to make sure that everybody who wants to go can go. So the only thing is, Samantha, the only thing is just don't wait because the tickets will sell out.
Yes, Sherry, could you remind the code? What do we have for today's show?
I do.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
have
yeah,
made this discount code called ngAir. So we give 20% discount on the early birds. So yeah, go ahead. I think we, yeah.
Yes,
I hope
and by the way,
people need to hurry.
yes,
Guys, Samantha just got home from school. You want to say hi?
Ah.
Come here.
Last year after
The ngVikings.
Oh man, that's a full group.
I know.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question for you, Samantha.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to be Viking?
I would love
One of this here?
I've always wanted to be a Viking.
So, on behalf of whole ngVikings group, actually, I want to invite you to next ngVikings as a speaker. And you will get a special gift from me, which is going to be the whole outfit. No, not only hat, the whole outfit.
I will wear it. I will wear it the entire time. I won't take it off. I promise. I won't.
Awesome.
I won't do it. I won't take it off. I'm so excited. You're so cute. Thank you.
Don't thank me. Thank Sherry.
Good. So
So apparently Sam will be there. Absolutely.
And so we'll post the link to website and this discount code again on our Twitter. And for that moment, it's really important to follow our Twitter, because we'll post all the news and updates there. As I mentioned, the website is pretty empty now. It's more landing page and some references to last year. So if you haven't been at ngVikings, you will see how that happens, and this is really fun. So our Twitter is ngVikings conf. Follow us, and you'll find all the latest updates there. And again, the code for discount is ngAir, right, Alexander? As simple as that. So you go to ngvikings.org, click on buy ticket, and enter ngAir. The price is in Danish crowns mentioned on the website and ticketing system, but when you convert this to euros or dollars, you will be surprised, I promise.
And are you going to have a CFP for talks?
We will open CFP as soon as possible. Again, follow our Twitter. And of course, yes, we want to see all the Angular speakers, both experienced and those who just want to start speaking. This is also really important part of ngVikings. So we are not, about just bringing superheroes to the country. No, we are about growing and igniting local community, or not like. It doesn't mean that you don't have to apply if you're a newbie speaker from other country. You are welcome. We have always have lightning talk session. Maybe this would be good starting point.
Maxim, we need you to be elected as president, because the world needs more people like you, and all of you.
There's one thing I wanted to add. So Violet is working overtime right now with creating a different kind of swag. So we're really going to up our swag game. There's going to be collectible stickers of a ton of different Vikings. So if that's your primary reason for showing up, it's going to be heaven.
Are you suggesting that there may be other reasons to go to a conference besides stickers?
I want to take pictures with the weapons. Oh, Sherry, did you find the picture of Dominik Elm, which is like my favorite? And Dominik Elm is very photogenic, and he takes some really cool pictures of like up on the mountains and the bicycle and like all these crazy poses. But that picture is my favorite picture of all, and I want to be in that picture next year, or I want to take my own picture like that. But it has to be Dominik and Pascal. But maybe we can recreate that picture, because that is the most fun picture, and it kind of like just captures how much fun it is.
Sure, you're on mute.
But it looks really scary. I mean, obviously, if you see these guys, they're like best friends, and they're not going to hurt each other. No Pascals were harmed in the creation of this picture. I just put it on the spot. I'm sorry. I don't even know where that picture is, but it's so fun.
Yeah, I'm also trying to totally find it. Okay, this is.
Maybe you can just show some.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
I know there are a million fun pictures, because that's why I was having such a hard time last year, because I was like, oh my gosh, look how much fun everyone is having. I want to go. And it was hard for me. This is the picture. I love this picture. Why does this make me so happy, you guys?
This is for the first year in Copenhagen. And and then if I'm right, here is...
I sent you maybe... I can.
Okay.
I see all this. Sonny, you have all these.
I have this one as well that I made it as a gift.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Jerry, do you have the video clip with Sonny and Maxim?
Yeah, but I also found this one as well. This is also one of my favorite, to be honest.
These are so great.
But please, our potential attendees. It's like a huge disclaimer. Despite you see all this on pictures, we are not about making hurt to each other. We are about making fun.
Oh, wasn't Sonny rapping in that?
Yep.
See, I remember seeing.
He was rapping with the piano.
Yes, he was.
Yes,
and actually, this is also a crease.
Yeah.
So great.
That sounds, that looks creative.
Yes.
And yes, we already have some funny traditions in our conference. So one of the traditions you already seen, it's fighting Pascal and Dominik, and another tradition is also connected with Pascal. If you make me presenter for a second, Justin, I will show this. I have some pictures opened on my tabs.
I love your pictures. You guys have the funniest pictures.
Okay, do you see my screen now? Oh, I see a whole portal of.
Million.
Okay, so this is the group picture of 2017. So you see, this is great picture, and someone is not standing but just sitting and eating, and this is Pascal, and this was so hilarious moment that this year in Helsinki. You decided to recreate this, to reproduce this, and you see who is eating again. And people are pointing to Pascal.
Pascal is so fun.
So
Yes.
this year or next year, is he going to be somewhere in that group, and we have to kind of like, where's Waldo, find Pascal eating in the group?
Yeah, that could be nice.
Yeah.
Yes, I found it could be Easter egg. Find Pascal.
This is great. These pictures are so fun.
Yes.
So Pascal, if you're here, you should definitely join us. We can't have ngVikings without you, and neither with Dominik. So without Dominik, so.
Well, I learned my lesson last year, and if I can help it, I'm never going to miss ngVikings again, because it was not cool to sit at home and see how much fun you guys were having. So I'm going to be there.
Awesome.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Justin, for inviting us, for having us. As for last year, after AngularAir, we got lots of attendees, and I asked people, how did you hear about ngVikings? And many of them told that we just watched this show. Great, thank you very much.
Awesome, yeah, we're always happy to help spread the word and get more information out there. So glad to hear that. It's always great to have everyone on. I mean, like Bonnie reiterated, just such a great, amazing group of humans doing great humanitarian things and fun things. So very stoked.
Yeah, and also companies, dear potential sponsors, also contact us as soon as possible. We cannot make conference without companies helping us. So let's help each other. So you help us, we help you to engage with the most passionate developers in the country.
Very cool, very cool. All right, well, we normally end the show doing some picks. So why don't we do some picks? I know probably everybody didn't prepare, but we'll just go down the line. Anybody can mention something that's interesting. They maybe tech related, non-tech related, whatever. We'll do that real quick. And then after that, we'll finish it up with just a recap of our information, and then we'll call it a show. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Yes. All right. So how about somebody raise their hand if they want to start with a pick? All right. Christopher, go ahead.
Yeah, so my pick for this time is ngRx.io. So ngRx, the library here, has got a really nice set of documentation. I believe they're using the same engine as the Angular team. Yeah, it's a really nice page, ngRx.io. Just go in there and read about different things. ngRx is pretty big, right? It's like 4 or 5 different libraries, but it's excellent documentation. It's going to get you up and running. So that's my pick.
Awesome. Yeah, I was talking to Mike Ryan at the GD Summit about that, and he was pretty excited about that getting out the door. So very cool. All right, Bonnie, did you have a...
I have 2 picks. So one of them is not coding related, and one of them is coding related. And the not coding related is this bullet journal. So this is a thing that Samantha has gotten me into, because we've been like keeping schedules and writing down all these goals and things, and kind of, you know, to make us live our lives intentionally and remember the little things that we want to accomplish and where we've come. And so I've been getting into this, and it's kind of addictive. So check that out. And I think just writing down the things that you want to accomplish and and habits and things like that is something that it's kind of been personal for me lately. It's been a lot of fun. And the coding related pick is Breebug. Breebug has been, I never even heard of Breebug a year or two ago, and lately they are everywhere, doing some really cool events, giving back to the community, working a lot with GDEs. So Breebug software consulting in Denver, Colorado, but they're kind of becoming international. So they're doing some really cool things. And also bullet journaling, which is like my new obsession.
Cool.
And I'm going to write a whole page about Denmark.
Nice. All right. Who else? Anybody? All right. Austin, go ahead.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Yeah, I got it. And I'm like love-hate with it right now. I don't want to say any spoilers. I accidentally tweeted a spoiler and got a lot of
hate from it.
Yeah.
Hey, Austin, can I throw one more pick out? Because I really like that article that you wrote today, Austin. No, but it's your pick. I can pick your article.
Okay. You can pick my article.
So Austin actually wrote an article recently that's called React for the Angular Developer. And it's not so much like which one's better or which one do you want to use, but if you have been doing Angular and you're looking, it's kind of like more informational than debating. And I really liked it. I thought it was a good article. Mm. Don't let it go to your head, Austin.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't, like she said, it's not about comparing. It's not about which one is better or anything like that, which is like almost all those articles are like that. It's more like, hey, like, check this out. Let's explore our other tools and talk about them. So
that, by the way, that sounds like a great proposal for CFP for ngVikings.
Well, I have to go because Samantha's going, so you have to go too, Austin, because you're gonna miss all the fun. We should just do. We'll have to get the whole AngularAir crew out there and do like an on-site AngularAir from Denmark, Copenhagen. What do you say, Justin?
Yes, I mean, I wouldn't complain.
Yes,
I think that'd be pretty awesome.
Is Denmark as cold?
It's in May. You don't even.
May. It's going to be Spain.
I don't know what that means. Does that mean it's warm or not?
Yeah, but
it means temperature-wise, 15 to 20, maybe more.
Plus, remember that graphic, Alyssa, they just had of like 5 different Vikings, and like 80% of them had no sleeves on. So,
yeah,
I mean,
no, that's true.
But they're Vikings.
That is
that's
so
different.
true. Just go based off of what the Vikings look like.
Yeah, but Vikings are notoriously hardy people, so we might not be as hardy as the Vikings. We might need our jacket. No, I'm calling me a sissy.
Okay, I have a pick. I went to an early showing last night of Fantastic Beasts and the next one, the whatever second one. And yes, it was so good. Although my sister leans over and goes, I didn't know Johnny Depp was going to be in this one. And I'm like, did you not see the last one? So I
just saw the last one last week for the first time, and I really liked it.
Wow. A little late to the game, Bonster.
Better late than never, but I loved it. So we need to go see that now in the theater.
It was really good. Very good.
I think is it open next week?
It's actually open Friday, so you should be able to get early showings Thursday. There's just a special one in my city on Tuesday, so I don't know what that was about, but I was like, yeah, we're going.
Nice. All right. Anyone else have any picks?
I have one.
All right, go for it, Sherry.
I want to talk about a project that Anna started, Anna Sutri. She started a project called Vigo Tech Alliance that she gathered all the local community organizers together to make sure that they have the same calendar and then they don't overlap if there is any event there, or help each other to if they want to find the speakers or hosts and all of those things. So she started it in Vigo in her region, and then Paula Garcia from Madrid, she did the same in Madrid, and then I got inspired, and then with the help of other organizers, which actually Alexander is also part of it, we created a Copenhagen community that we gathered most of the communities that here in Copenhagen that they are doing. They are not the manifest that we have is that it shouldn't be a meetup which is totally connected to a company. So you cannot have, for example, I don't know, the company X meetup. You should be totally community driven. Then we are helping each other to find hosts, to find the speakers, and all of those things. So I want to encourage the people in the other cities that they do the same, because we totally took advantage of it. And we are in Copenhagen, and in the beginning of December, we are going to have a Christmas dinner for all of our organizers together. It's good.
This is how the Vikings conquer the whole world. It's not because you guys beat everybody with it's just you just go around the whole world going, look how fun we are, come and join us. And everybody goes, okay. And then next thing you know, we're all Vikings. This is how it starts.
So we come in peace.
Awesome. All right. Well, I guess we would wrap it up. So ngVikings 2019, back in Denmark, right? Copenhagen, May 27th and 28th. You can buy tickets now online at ngvikings.org. We've got a special promo code, ngAir, right, to get a discount there. If you are not listening, which I don't know how that'll work, but if you're not listening or you do listen and you forgot about the code, but you're part of a group or a meetup or something like that, you can find out if that group or organization has a discount code. And if not, tell them to get in touch with ngVikings so they can spread the love there and figure out discounts there. Looking forward to that. And Samantha, the amazing Samantha, is going to be a speaker there. We heard that announcement too, so that's very awesome. By the way, Samantha will be our guest next week on AngularAir. She's got some really amazing stuff to show for everybody, so it's going to be very cool. So we're looking forward to that. All right, thanks so much to the ngVikings crew, Chris, Sherry, Max, and Alex for coming on, taking the time to share our information and to present and put together this amazing conference. So thank you all.
Thanks for inviting us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. And take care. And that's a wrap. See ya.
Bye-bye.